Hi, this presentation is how to scale your performance cost effectively with Azure Disk Storage. Azure Disk is the best value persistent storage for your business critical workloads. Azure offers a variety of disks, each purposely made for different scenarios when evaluating Azure Disk for your workload. Now finally, if you are looking for the highest IOPS in most throughput for a disk on Azure, look no further than Azure Ultra Disk. This disk performs with sub-millisecond latency and enables you to dynamically scale your storage capacity and performance parameters as well. Which the IOPS and the throughput, and it is Azure latest and greatest options regarding the storage. Azure Ultra Disk offer high throughput, high IOPS and consistent low latency disk storage for infrastructure as a service virtual machines. This new offering provides top of the line performance at the same availability level as Azure existing disk offerings. One major benefit of Ultra Disk is the ability to dynamically change the performance of the SSD along with your workloads without the need to restart your VMs. Ultra Disk are suited for data intensive workloads such as SAP, HANA, top tier databases and transaction heavy workloads. So let's move with the deployment of Ultra Disk on the platform of Microsoft Azure. Now we are moving with our disk implementation on our new virtual machine, and here are very simple options inside the disk. And here you can see the first disk will be utilized for operating system installation, and we already talked about it, and we understand that the default size is 127 GB for our operating system disk. And if we are going to attach an other disk for our data storage, so we are trying to attach Ultra Disk for best performance and for best IOPS on our Azure platform. So here you can see I have Ultra Disk option available, but the thing is that Ultra Disk is supported in availability zone. So right now I am going to implement this virtual machine without any availability zone, so that's why this option is disabled. So let's enable the availability zone option in the virtual machine implementation. Here you can see availability options, so I just selected no infrastructure redundancy required by default. So from here I am going to select availability zone, and here I have selected the number of zones in as zone 1. So let's move with the disk implementation, and now the Ultra Disk option will be enabled automatically. Here you can see enable Ultra Disk compatibility, so I just click on it and move forward. Here I have create and attach a new disk, so this option will be utilized for storage disk implementation, so click on it. Here the default size is 1024 GB, so I can change the size as per my own requirement. So I just need to change the disk name. I typed data store disk, okay, and here I need to change the size, and here I have multiple options, and from the drop down list I need to select the Ultra Disk. Here you can see best for IO intensive workloads such as SAP, HANA, top tier databases, for example SQL, Oracle, or any kind of enterprise level application where you want higher IOPS, higher throughput and higher performance on the platform of Microsoft Azure for your virtual machine. So I just click on the Ultra Disk option, and here you can see this disk is available, and here you can see 160K IOPS provisioned for this ultra disk. From here you can consider about the performance optimization when we are going to implement the ultra disk. And here is the size, by default 1024 GB, and I just select 50 GB, right? And I can change the disk IOPS as well, but right now I'm moving with the default option. So I just click OK, and by that means I can attach ultra disk with 50 GB of size for my data store with this new virtual machine. So when I click on the OK button over here, so here you can see the disk is attached, and now if I click to review and create option, now this virtual machine will be created with two disk option. The first one is for operating system and the second one is for data store. So just review and create button, and here we go with the review and create option. Running final validation. Here the validation is passed, and now click on the create button. So the virtual machine will be created with the two virtual disk, and when this virtual machine is created, or you can say implemented, we will verify the disk information inside this virtual machine. So I'm going to pause the video, and when the process is completed, then we will verify via remote desktop session for this virtual machine. So we will verify all these configurations in the coming episode. So let's move with the coming episode.